Boxing is broken. Roman Gonzalez, Chocolatito, the guy was number one pound for pound, gets knocked down by somebody's name I can't fully pronounce yet, so sorry. Sisraket, something, Surongfasai. Is he number one pound for pound now? The guy wasn't even rated. What happens? Triple G, on a lot of people's list, rated pound for pound number two. Danny Jacobs arguably wins that fight. Danny Jacobs wasn't on the pound for pound list. Does he get boosted to the pound for pound list now? Or was the pound for pound list broken as soon as Floyd Mayweather left boxing? In the era of Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, we had 1, 2, 3 solid pound for pound. It was always Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, Andre Ward. What do we do now? Pacquiao, some people still have him rated there. We don't know where he fits in this big puzzle piece of the pound for pound list. And Andre Ward, with his fight with Kovalev, people believe Kovalev won, so no one knows exactly where he fits on that list either. So everything has been destroyed because last weekend with those fights, Danny Jacobs gave Triple G the first 12-round fight of his life, and Chocolatito now has his official first loss on his record when he was about to eclipse Floyd Mayweather's record. And I really believe they sold Roman Gonzalez down the river. I think the plan was let Roman Gonzalez get a loss. Triple G gets elevated to the number one pound for pound via a win over Danny Jacobs that would have been spectacular, like a knockout or something. That didn't happen. So Danny Jacobs and Sisraket upset the establishment. Let's just go down the list. There is a lot to go with a lot of boxing pundits and boxers themselves who had Danny Jacobs winning. Mike Coppinger, very popular boxing writer. Regardless of the fact that GGG never fought anyone formidable, showed tonight. He had Danny Jacobs winning. Lou DiBella, Danny won. Golovkin Jacobs had Danny Jacobs winning. The Throwdown scoring app, which is a bunch of fans scoring the fight live, and it takes their numbers and averages it, had Danny Jacobs winning with my exact same card, 115 to 113. So the popular opinion is that Danny Jacobs beat Triple G. Big Baby Miller, same crap all the time. If you're not on the promotional A side, you get the bleep all the time. Danny won that. Boxing Voice, very popular. 8-4, Jacobs, they had Danny Jacobs winning. Skip Bayless had Danny Jacobs winning. Sergio Mora, Danny Jacobs winning. Julian J. Rock Williams, GGG lost this fight. I don't care what the scorecard says, and please don't talk about that weight. Danny was an 8-1 underdog. Errol Spence had Danny Jacobs winning. Shakur Stevenson, Danny Jacobs winning. Now, some of you might say, oh, some of these guys are Al Heyman fighters. They're probably just in support of their brother, etc., etc. Other Euro fighters had Triple G winning, but Shakur Stevenson's a top-ranked fighter. You know, these writers have no affiliation to the fighters themselves. Cameron Hank Lundy, another top-ranked fighter. Danny Jacobs won that fight. Even Jim Lampley for HBO said he had Triple G and Jacobs a draw. Brian Jennings, another HBO fighter. Anybody that thinks GGG won is fucking retarded. Austin Trout, GGG won. Now, this is a pretty funny video I found online. This is Lomachenko just doing a funny-ass dance while he's training, like some 80s. I don't even know who does this, but yeah, this is just for your amusement right here. Lomachenko knows how to have a good time. And honestly can't wait for his fight with Jason Sosa. This fight I'm excited for. Kell Brook, Errol Spence, jawing at each other, going back and forth. This is going to be the it fight at welterweight to see who is the king of the 147-pound division. They're going back and forth. The jokes are hilarious. Errol Spence is talking about what the hell is a chocolate brownie. Kell Brook is saying he's going to smash his face in. The trainers are getting into it. Who had better resume? Sean Porter versus Chris Algieri. It goes on and on. You guys can check it out. So with that said, I want to know how you guys have your pound-for-pound list now. Who's number one? Who's number two? Matter of fact, who's number three? It's all over. How do we put this together with logic? Are any of the guys at Sisraket now pound for pound? I want to hear that in the comments. Give me your pound-for-pound list, your top 5, your top 3, and who belongs there, who doesn't, and who really won, Danny Jacobs from Triple G. I think the first 3 rounds of that fight really are integral. Some people scored the first 3 rounds. They gave the second one. I want you guys to go back and watch that fight. And in the first 3 rounds, the only significant punches landed are by Danny Jacobs. Come back, tell me how you have it, and who's your pound-for-pound.